really affordable, and I would encourage you to check that out at the link below. All right, so um, here are some of the core ideas that I think are really, really important when you're considering building this sort of brand business or platform around a authority site style model. And I'm just going to walk you through this PDF. You can actually download this in our community section, and it's really, really helpful to think about your brand and business through the perspective, the paradigm that I'm about to lay out below, right? So if you follow these rules, you'll find it's much easier to monetize your project and your platform, and it's actually infinitely easier to actually scale up everything that you're doing with respect to your digital media brand. So the first and most important idea is income and assets. You want to really think about your project from these two silos, these two individual buckets, right? You need an income while you're building something to maintain enthusiasm and interest and the encouragement that it's actually going to work out. But you also long term want to think about your project as an asset, right? Your community, your directory, your marketplace, your listing style site, whatever it is that you're building, you want to actually think about it as a piece of real estate, as something that has value that transcends the income that it gives you on a monthly basis. But you also have to think about the income, because this is something that most people neglect. And ultimately, if it's not making you money over the course of a month, 2 months, 6 months, you're going to give up. I mean, you either can't afford to maintain it, which is largely the case with many people, I find, or it simply gets boring. I mean, if you're not making money, who cares? Like, who wants to work on something that you're doing for free? All right, so you want recurring income, right? So this is something that many people start with, selling featured listings, or if you're building a directory, priority of place on the platform, memberships, etc. And as I've articulated in other videos, I don't really think this is a great model because it puts a lot of pressure on you to deliver right away. So it's a very "what have you done for me lately" sort of relationship that you have with your members, especially if you're selling monthly memberships. If you're doing this model, what I recommend is doing an annual package, right? So charge, let's say, use the monthly membership as a way of incentivizing people to pay for the yearly. And I've covered this a couple of times in the last couple of days with clients, and I actually recorded something maybe a week and a half ago that was directly about this. That's, you can read on YouTube or listen to on YouTube. But it's essentially, if you're going to charge, let's say, $100 for the year or $400 for the year, you should have a monthly membership that, as a contrast point, makes that look very, very appealing. So let's say your membership by month was $69, but the yearly fee was 200, right? People do the math in their heads and on paper, right? And they say, well, if I'm going to sign up for this, I'm going to pay 200. I'm not going to pay $69 a month or $59 a month, because it's, ridiculous. I'm going to pay in 3 months what I would pay for the year. And that little psychological kind of hack, it's really just, we all do this. I mean, I certainly in my own life experience will gladly pay more for something if I think I'm getting a really good deal for the year, rather than paying by the month. All right, but what it does in the fullness of time is it gives you the ability to get many more people to sign up for the annual membership by using the monthly membership as a point of contrast. And you don't have that "what have you done for me lately" effect, where you're not going to get a lot of monthly members, right, who are going to be immediately in your ear trying to, find out whether it's worth staying with you. If you give them, a 30-day clock in which to tick in their heads, they're going to be like in your inbox all the time saying, I haven't gotten any leads yet. I haven't gotten traffic from your site yet. I want to quit. I want to cancel. When you sign up people for a year, they really give you the benefit of the doubt that you can grow together over the course of the year, and you can be much more honest and upfront and just kind of say, look, this is where we are now. This is where we hope to be in 12 months. And together we're going to really create an environment in which you are given tremendous value for your trust and your investment in our platform. Again, number three, assets. This is really the long-term view. I mean, this is for my, money, really where we ought to be thinking about building something that over time kind of accrues a lot of value in the search engines. It has a content value, it has a membership value, and ultimately it has an asset value to you, either as the proprietor or owner of the platform, but also this new model where it has an asset value to the community overall, which is something that I'm very interested in going forward. This whole sort of collective and the whole idea of these Web3 style movements that are extending their value to the members of the community as well as to the owner, he or her, him, to themselves. All right, I'm going to skip some of the flipping sites and the those sorts of ideas in this particular video, but for the appearance of authority in a niche industry or vertical, it doesn't get any better than this. If you're building a digital media brand or an agency or a marketing company and you own an authority site, there's no easier way to sell your services than to own something that has value, right? It just makes perfect sense. This shouldn't need to be I shouldn't need to sell this idea, but it seems to me that so many people don't think about this. But if you own a site like the pizza directory in your local city or town or community that's getting a shit ton of traffic, and you're selling web marketing services to restaurants, right? It should be pretty obvious that owning that community, that pizza restaurant directory, gives you a lot of flexibility and a lot of influence with your audience. You can say, when I design your web site or web platform for your pizza restaurant, I'm also going to give you a featured listing on our high-ranking local site. I'm going to do an interview with you. I'm going to mention you in our newsletter, etc., etc. You have a lot of influence as an authority site owner, and this is how you exploit it in an ethical way and get clients where other people, struggle, right? So, I mean, all things being equal, you are going to be more appealing, more attractive to your audience as a restaurant web designer if you own a sushi directory, a pizza restaurant directory, an Italian, a seafood. I mean, if you do this in a skillful way, you're giving yourself a real competitive advantage that really changes the game and flips the equation in your favor. All right, so again, if you're selling services, as I just mentioned, you build the platform first and then you sell the services behind it. All right, we cover a lot more of this in the private mentorship app. So if you're somebody who's interested in working with me directly in November and December of 2021, I've created this private environment where we can really flesh this out for your customized business, your brand, in a very powerful way. So I encourage you to check that out below. All right, so affiliate marketing and all those sorts of things are really, really powerful as well. If you're not doing that, it's the absolute easiest way to seed your site, right, is to add affiliate offers, to create partnership arrangements either with enterprise level programs. Let's say if you're in the online marketing business, which many of you are, if you can apply for an affiliate program for GoDaddy, for ConvertKit, for this email marketing service, this web hosting service, this email or social media automation service, etc., etc. Shopify, Gumroad, Podia products, Podia as an affiliate, all of these, I mean, Flowdesk, all these sorts of affiliate relationships for me have been very, very lucrative. You'll see a lot of the content that I record is recommending Circle, for an example, the community building software, Mighty Networks, all those sorts of products have affiliate programs, right? And I sign up for those, and then I incorporate those into our platform, right? It's a very easy way of seeding the site. For our mindfulness community, one of the first things I did was become an affiliate for Sounds True, the publishing platform that caters to the mindfulness, mental health, wellness marketplace, which is huge, and they have relationships with, Eckhart Tolle, John Kabat-Zinn, all these Oprah-like personalities that you can promote on your platform, and it makes you look very appealing to your audience, right? If you're reaching out to a local psychiatrist or psychologist who teaches mindfulness, and you're asking if they want to be part of your community, and you're publishing products from Eckhart Tolle or Oprah sort of, gurus in that space, people who are on TV and have very big platforms, they have no idea that you just have an affiliate relationship with those people. They see that you have these people on your website, but that gives you the appearance of authority and expertise in a way that you simply can't get from from Jump if you are nobody in your niche, right? So I really recommend affiliate marketing or partnership programs applying to these things very aggressively in the beginning when you launch this sort of site. All right, so I'm going to call this video short here now because I have a couple more elements that I'm going to include in this, but I'm going to include this in fairness to the folks who are in our private community. And again, as a separate consideration, if you're interested in our mentorship app and want to work with me as a mentor, client relationship, this is a new thing that we're trying. It's a beta thing where you can work with us. It's only been out for a couple months now, but it's really going quite well, and it's an amazing opportunity for us to work together in a customized way, creating very personalized paths that you can follow that are really oriented around your own unique goals and objectives and business building focus. So teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. If you want to join us, sign up below. And if you want to download this PDF, if you're in our community already, you have access to this in your dashboard. Thanks so much for listening, and as always, have a wonderful day.